So this is the masthead of William Lloyd Garrison's original abolitionist newspaper, but it's colorized because it's the Liberator dot today. We haven't studied much on the subject of hope, and one of the reasons for that is because we haven't had to. We're Americans, after all. It's part of our privilege to ignore hope. My name is Lowell Bliss. Welcome to episode 2 of the Liberator Today's video series on hope. Here's a less than startling revelation about myself. I am a white American male raised as an educated, middle-class, evangelical Protestant Christian. This episode, I warn you, is going to sound woefully American-centric. And yet, if you are viewing from a different ethnicity or culture, all of us have the same basic human problem. We must first figure out what to do with optimism if we want to make room for biblical hope. So here's your chance to listen in on a particularly difficult case study of this problem. We are Americans. We don't need to learn hope. We've got optimism. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, 2 strikes, no worries. We can pull this out. See, we are so untroubled we have the leisure to develop sports metaphors. One scholar of American language wrote, sports metaphors really started to hit their stride at the beginning of the 20th century. Did you notice he couldn't even make it through that one sentence without using a sports metaphor from horse racing? And of course, the beginning of the 20th century is when Teddy Roosevelt introduced what has been called the American century. I've heard more than one climate activist, including Al Gore, say, if we can put a man on the moon, we can solve climate change. You would never hear someone from Bangladesh say that. They didn't put a man on the moon, we did. They don't feel as optimistic when they look at their eroding coastline and wait for the next storm surge. I would venture to guess that because of this, Bangladeshi are more conversant with hope as a result. Ronald Reagan is considered one of our most optimistic presidents. It's morning in America, he declared. He referred repeatedly in his speech-making to America being a shining city on the hill. He was quoting the Massachusetts Bay colonist John Winthrop. If you think this is just a Republican American exceptionalist conceit, well, John F. Kennedy used the phrase in 1961, Barack Obama in 2006. What arrogance! What arrogance to appropriate for one's own country a phrase that Jesus Christ himself used exclusively for the kingdom of God. We haven't bothered to study hope because we've assumed that we are the hope of the world. Now, compare this to a 20th century personage who studied hope so assiduously that he became known as the Apostle of Hope. He even wrote a book entitled Crossing the Threshold of Hope. John Paul II learned hope because he had to. In 1939, occupying Nazi forces in Poland closed the university where he was studying. The following year, Karol Wojtyła, as he was known, fractured his skull and his shoulder in 2 separate accidents. The year after that, his father died of a heart attack, leaving him the sole remaining member of his immediate family. By 20, he said, I had already lost all the people I loved. Wojtyła narrowly escaped capture in the Polish uprising. He began his priestly studies while the Nazis still occupied his country. He was a parish priest and appointed bishop, cardinal, and then pope during communist totalitarian occupation. We certainly don't wish upon our countries the same skull-fracturing background as Karol Wojtyła's Poland. Nonetheless, it suggests a couple needs for our study of hope. First, we need humility, maybe even repentance, to think that we've been the purveyors of hope when instead we've been subsiding on a substitute. And secondly, we need to prepare ourselves for a series of shifts. Someone could easily ask me, but isn't it better to be an optimist than a pessimist? The answer, I believe, is almost always yes, but the question is irrelevant in our case. Pessimism is going to have to shift to a new space, but so will optimism. Realism and idealism will have to shift out of the way, as will denial and despair. We've got to prepare the way for hope to emerge. Making these moves will be the topic of our next episode of The Liberator Today. I'm Lowell Bliss, Christian environmental missionary and climate activist. Thank you for visiting theliberator.today.